This episode of Android Apps Weekly is brought to you by TickTick. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Joe Handy, the Android Authority App Guy, and welcome back to Android Apps Weekly. Let's take a look at the Android apps and games news from this week. First up this week, Google has added new sections to the Material Design Guidelines. They cover data tables, units and measurements, app structure, data truncation, and additional stuff for the floating action button. Reports are coming in that Microsoft is striking deals with OEMs to lower licensing fees in exchange for bundling Microsoft applications on devices. 2 days later, CyanogenMod announced a new partnership with Microsoft where they did exactly that. A few Google apps were updated this last week. You can now locate your phone by typing Find My Phone into Google search. Google Drive has been updated to add 23 new languages and easier file sharing, and Google Chrome now supports site notifications and got some bug fixes. Speaking of Google, the Google Play Store will now be working harder to bring higher quality, family-friendly content to the forefront. This comes on the heels of YouTube for Kids and the manual approval process announced a couple of weeks ago. In our last bit of news this week, Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics are working on releasing a brand new Tomb Raider game. It's a freemium infinite runner that's been soft launched in the Netherlands with a full release coming soon. For more Android apps and games headlines, releases, and updates, don't forget to check out this week's newsletter, which is linked in the video description below, where we'll have the complete list of everything app related that happened this week. If you're so inclined, you can sign up for it with your email address to get the newsletter sent straight to your inbox every Friday. Okay folks, let's take a look at the big apps and games that made a splash this week. If you want to check any of them out, we'll have the links available for you in the video description below. Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft got a huge update this last week. Among other things, the application is now available for all smartphones and not just screens that are 6 inches or larger. People have been getting around that issue on their own already, but it does feel nice to have actual support for smaller screens. Also, the update comes with some bug fixes, performance improvements, and an indicator to let you know when you're about to lose connection. Google Handwriting Input is a new keyboard that lets you write down your messages instead of just typing them out. It works on tablets and phones, and you can choose whether or not to use a stylus. It comes in 82 languages, supports emojis, and it's available for all Android devices running Android 4.0.3 and up. It's a nice augment to a keyboard and voice input and recognizes your writing even if it's pretty bad. If you've been wondering about getting a Samsung Galaxy S6, you now have the opportunity to try out the software features to see if you like them. The Samsung Galaxy S6 Experience application lets you test out various TouchWiz features and look at the design and even the accessories of the Galaxy S6. This is fun to try if you're considering picking up the S6 or the S6 Edge, and it's free to use. It should also be compatible with most Android devices. Magicka X Magica is a 2D infinite runner and shooter game, and it's one of the precious few with an actual storyline. You play as a girl who is trying to save her kidnapped friend by shooting a bunch of bad guys. It features some decent artwork and graphics, simple mechanics, various weapons, many missions, and even boss fights. It calls itself the saddest game in this genre ever made and should be an interesting pickup for those infinite runner and shooter fans. Joe Danger is a side-scrolling Daredevil game that was a huge hit on iOS and iPad, and it's finally made its way to Android. The game will feature 80 levels across 10 tours to challenge your skills, online leaderboards and achievements, 29 different characters, and daily challenges. You can also replay levels to get the perfect run to earn the pro medals for each level. It's a fun little game and shouldn't be too expensive for most people. Thanks again for watching, folks, but let's take a quick moment to talk about our sponsor, TickTick. TickTick is a task management and to-do list application designed to be minimal, easy, and efficient. You can create tasks on the fly, and then you can turn them into regular text or turn them into checklists if you want to. You can also leave comments to give yourself notes and reminders, and even add attachments. Along with the basics, you can categorize your tasks to see what needs to be done at work, at home, or whatever category you want, and you can further organize by adding location reminders, due dates, priority markers, and more. If you need to share tasks, the option to send tasks to others to share the responsibility is also there. Overall, it's a solid application that's free to use, and if you're interested, we'll have the link in the video description below. Once again, I'm Joe Handy, the Android Authority App Guy. While you're here, why not subscribe to the Android Authority YouTube channel? If you're hanging out for a minute, we have a couple of awesome videos for you to watch right over there, and they're also linked in the video description below for you folks on mobile. Finally, don't forget to check out the written companion, which is in the video description below, and don't forget to sign up for that newsletter. As always, thanks for watching, everybody, and have a wonderful day.